Hello there, Hayden here from foulsonfantasy.com, and in today's sculpt I decided to, see how much further I can get in just 30 minutes. So as usually, I start off with a sphere which I mirror and then I transform in order to kind of get a basic shape head. And what I'm doing here is I'm creating a torso out of a subdivided cube. And then I'm just going to delete the two vertices there and just do a bridge loop in between them just to get the basic shape. It's a bit wrong here, I'm looking at it now and I can tell, but it just blocks it out for me. So yeah, this is my second attempt at sculpting in Blender after a bit of a hiatus, and I think this one goes a lot better than my previous attempt in episode 1. If you haven't seen that already, there will be a link in the description. It's been really good to see how much I've improved, if anything. But I was able to block out the shape a lot more quickly this time, which was definitely a good thing. And just slightly off topic, I was able to get the, I think it's really great that Pixelogic was giving out the 2018 update for Zbrush for free. I hopped onto that and started using the Pro Sculptress mode, and it's I really like it. That's the thing that really annoyed me about Zbrush when I first got it, was the lack of a dynamic topology like Blender. I know it's a bit of a it's not always perfect, but I really appreciated just being able to sculpt and not have to worry about how much geometry I had, and I always had enough for what I was working on, and I really enjoyed that sort of workflow. And then migrating to Zbrush and not having it there, it was a bit of a shock to me, because Zbrush was always lofted up as such a world-class software, which it is, but to not have that really, well, it took a while for my head to get around it. Granted, it took a while for my head to get around the whole Zbrush concept. It's a very strange program, I will say that much. But I digress. Oh yeah, I'm here doing the lips again, and I made the mistake of making them way too wide. I don't know. I really like wide lips, apparently. But I think for my next sculpt, definitely I'm going to focus on that area and really try and just get them thinned down, because really they should be aligned with the pupil, and right now they're aligned to the edge of the eye, which isn't how large they should be, at least in my opinion. You may have other opinions on that, but just for this sculpt, I thought it just wasn't looking good. And if you got any tips and tricks about sculpting certain things, if you see me doing things like in a way that maybe I could do them better, please comment below and just let me know, because I really want to learn. So yeah, I will also try and focus on maybe later trying to do some open mouth sculpts, because I've never really attempted those well, very much at all, and when I have, they don't go well. For me, like, I think the key to sculpting is just to stay loose. Don't get too bogged down in the details at the beginning. You really want to block things out quite quickly. Not quickly, sorry, but you want to block them out before you even attempt to do the details. And I will admit, sometimes I don't follow that rule. I like seeing the details straight away, but I'm not that good, so most of the time that just doesn't happen. So here I'm just going to connect the body to the head using just a simple Boolean union, I should say. I think about now I noticed that the body is a bit too bean-like and a bit too long. So then I have to like grab it, pull it up a bit just to put it into proportion. So I'm using the clay brush with dynamic topology on just to give the torso mesh more topology, because as you saw, it wasn't a very high poly mesh that I unioned to it. So just using that clay brush will really weld things together. Now as you can see, I'm just working on the form a bit, just trying to get it looking a bit more feminine than it actually was. I think at this point I really do notice that the torso is just way too long. Sorry, not the torso, the stomach area is way too long. And I don't know why I didn't fix that. I think I was just too focused on the upper body, just getting that perfect. And again, that's probably not what I should have done. I should have really gotten the form done first, and I didn't. So I'm going to focus on that on my next sculpt as well, just trying to keep to my own preaching, so to say. But I do like how the torso ended up. I think the torso looks really, really good. Okay, there we go with the form. Just bringing it up a bit, trying to make it look good. After this point here, I really don't do much on the model. I just smooth and refine things. I think on my next sculpt, I'll definitely try and block out everything before even doing any of the details. So wish me luck in regards to that. Yes, the ears. I really enjoyed making the ears in the last model, so I thought I'd try and attempt that again. Because as I said in my last video, I really don't make the ears on my models that much, or at least I used them to. So this was a nice welcome change to me, and even though they're not that great, they really help define the face a lot better than just not having ears. Less reptilian-like, sorry. So yeah, just about done now. I think at this point I was quite happy with how far I'd gotten in 30 minutes, and there we go. That is my completed model. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please give it a like. And if you would like to see more tutorials and time lapses, please consider subscribing. This is Hayden Falson from falsonfantasy.com, signing off.